She canceled again? 3 moves to regain control. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 precise moves to regain control fast when she cancels plans. This will protect your value, rebuild attraction, and stop training her to treat you as optional. If you've ever dealt with flaky behavior, last-minute excuses, or something came up kind of text messages, then this is for you. Stay with me, because move number 3 is where most men completely sabotage themselves, and you need to know about it. Jessica O is here. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, feel free to look around. I have a great catalog of relationship videos. So let's set the scene. You planned a date, cleared your evening, maybe even turned down other opportunities. A few hours before, you get the message, "Hey, I'm so sorry, I can't make it tonight." Now pause. Before you type anything, understand this. How you respond in the next 5 minutes determines whether she sees you as high value or as a backup plan. Let me jump into the 3 moves you need to make now. Move number 1. Do not reward the cancellation with emotional energy. Now this first move is simple but powerful. Don't reward the cancellation with emotional energy. That means no paragraphs, interrogation, passive-aggressive jokes. No, "Wow, again?" That energy communicates one thing. You're more invested than she is. And when a woman senses that she holds the leverage, guess what happens? Attraction will drop. Instead, respond calmly and briefly. Something like, "Hey, no worries. Let me know when your schedule clears up." Then stop. Don't add a smiley face. Don't add 3 extra sentences. Send it and move on. Now let me slow this down because this is where most men lose their frame. When she cancels, your ego naturally will get triggered. You may feel disrespected, feel brushed aside, and your instinct is to reassert control through emotion. You want clarity, right? You want reassurance. You want to know where you stand. So you type a message like, "Everything okay?" or "This keeps happening." Or worse, you try to guilt her with, "I move things around for you." Pause. The moment you explain your inconvenience, you communicate that her cancellation affected you deeply. And while that may be true, attraction is not built on broadcasting your emotional disturbance. Hear me. High-value men absorb small disruptions without flinching. You see, if she cancels and you react emotionally, she doesn't think, "Wow, he really values me." She thinks, "He doesn't have options." And whether that's true or not, doesn't matter. Perception drives attraction. Let me give you an example. I'll paint 2 scenarios clearly to drive my message home. So in the first scenario, she cancels and you respond with, "Again? You keep doing this. If you're not interested, just say that." Now she's going to start feeling pressure. She's going to feel judged. And even if she liked you before, now the interaction will feel heavy. Attraction will shrink. Scenario 2, she cancels and you reply with, "Hey, no worries. Let me know when your schedule clears up." Then you disappear into your life. No follow-up texts, no subtle check-ins, no IG story aimed at her. Just silence and movement. Which man feels harder to replace? Exactly. Here's another layer. Emotional overreaction after a cancellation actually teaches her something. It teaches her that she has emotional influence over you. And when someone feels they've secured your emotional attachment very early on, they will subconsciously relax their effort. You see, effort drops when security rises too fast. Attraction isn't cruelty, it's tension plus value. When you stay calm, you preserve both. Now let me be very clear. Calm doesn't mean cold. Calm means grounded. Your energy says, "My life is full, my schedule is structured. If you want to be a part of it, you're going to have to show up." That is different from pretending not to care. The key is real indifference to the outcome. You're interested, but you're not dependent. And here is where discipline comes in. You see, after you send that short response, you must actually move on. Go on to events, meet your friends, go to the gym, work on your goals, talk to other women. Don't sit there staring at your phone waiting for her to redeem herself. The internal detachment is what gives the external message power, because she can tell when you're still waiting and hanging around and hoping, right? A lot of guys think attraction is built through doing more texting, explaining, more reassurance, when in reality, if you listen to this channel, you'll know that attraction is often built through strategic restraint. When you resist the urge to overexpress, you create space. That space will create curiosity. Curiosity will fuel pursuit. Now, if you've ever double texted after a cancellation just to regain control of the situation, I need you to comment below. I want to see how many men actually do this and how this behavior is common. But hear me, it's also the fastest way to signal that you're afraid of losing her. Let me give you one more subtle detail. Tone matters. Your response should feel effortless. No dramatic punctuation, no forced coolness, just clean, composed language. All good, let me know when you're free. And then silence. You're not chasing clarity, you're observing behavior. And remember this, a single cancellation doesn't necessarily mean she's not interested. I mean, life happens, emergencies happen, but your response, however, should always communicate the same thing. Access to you is a privilege, not a guarantee. Move number 2, don't chase the reschedule. So this move is where you reclaim your positioning. If she canceled, the burden of rescheduling is on her. A lot of guys fail here. They say, okay, what about tomorrow, or Saturday, or next week? That behavior screams fear of loss. Instead, give her space to invest. If she's genuinely interested, she'll suggest an alternative. If she doesn't, that tells you everything you need to know. You see, this matters because when she cancels and you immediately scramble to lock down another date, what you're simply doing is telling her that maintaining momentum with her is more important than maintaining your own standards. You're telling her that your priority is securing her time rather than evaluating her behavior. And that shifts the dynamic instantly, because attraction is not built when one person is trying to preserve the connection at all costs, right? Attraction is built when both people feel they have something to earn. Let's delve a little bit into psychology here. When she cancels, there's a tiny crack in the momentum, right? And if you immediately fill that crack with effort, she never feels the true weight of the cancellation. There's no friction or cost, no reason for her to step up, etc. You know, when you calmly step back, however, you let the silence breathe. Something interesting starts to happen. She becomes aware of that gap. And if she values you, she'll move to close it. Guys, don't confuse silence with loss. Don't think, oh, if I don't lock down another date right away, she's going to drift away. No. That fear is what causes you to over-pursue. And over-pursuit lowers perceived value every single time. Take it from me. Let's look at 2 different outcomes. In scenario 1, she cancels. You say, no problem. When are you free? She shrugs and says, I'll check my schedule. Days go by, you follow up, and now you're chasing clarity. The energy feels uneven. In scenario 2, she cancels and you reply calmly and stop. 2 days later, she reaches out and goes like, oh, I actually feel bad about canceling. Are you free Thursday? Now she's investing. Now she's qualifying herself. Now that dynamic is balanced. You see, which scenario in your opinion do you think builds attraction? Exactly. Here's a deeper principle. The person who feels they might lose access first is the person who leans in harder. When you don't chase the reschedule, you subtly communicate that you're okay either way. That emotional stability is attractive. It signals abundance. It signals options. It signals confidence. Now, I want you to understand something important. Not chasing doesn't mean disappearing dramatically or playing games. It means staying consistent with your energy. You remain polite, you remain grounded, but you don't push for reassurance. You see, if she truly likes you, she'll feel that shift. She'll think, wait, he didn't chase. That tiny uncertainty will reignite curiosity. Remember, curiosity will reignite her effort. Here's the uncomfortable truth. If she never suggests a new date, think about it, she just saved you time, because now you have the clarity without begging for it. And this is where high-value dating behavior separates from insecure dating behavior. Insecure dating behavior says, I need to know where I stand, right? High-value dating behavior says, her actions will show me where I stand. I'll add one more layer. When you let her reschedule, you're testing her genuine interest without saying a word. Words are cheap. I tell guys that, the guys I coach every time. Effort is proof. You see, anyone can say they're busy, but only someone interested will circle back with a concrete plan. Notice the difference between vague and specific. We should hang out soon is vague. Are you free Wednesday night at 7 is specific. Only one of those indicates real investment. You should be looking for a woman who values your time the way that you value hers. If you have to repeatedly initiate momentum after cancellations, you're already operating at a disadvantage, unfortunately. And let me address this internal battle you'll feel. You'll feel the urge to follow up, and it's going to be strong. Your mind will say, well, maybe she's just waiting for me to lead. That's fear talking. Leadership in dating doesn't mean chasing someone who stepped back. What it means is moving forward confidently and letting interested women keep pace. Your third move, downgrade her access if the pattern continues. Now, this move is uncomfortable, and I know that, but you do have to downgrade her access. One cancellation can be legitimate. 2 might be a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. At that point, stop offering prime time energy. No more Friday night dinner slots, no more elaborate planning. I mean, if she wants to see you, it becomes something simple and convenient for you. It should be, right? Coffee near your place, a short window in your schedule. You're no longer rearranging your life for someone who treats you as optional. Capiche? Guys, when cancellations become a pattern, the mistake you make is pretending that nothing has changed. You keep offering high-effort experiences, emotional availability, prioritizing treatment. And subconsciously, you know what she registers it as? No matter what I do, I'll still get premium access from this guy. Human nature does something very predictable when premium access becomes unconditional. It devalues it. If she's shown you inconsistent effort, your energy should always reflect that inconsistency, not emotionally, structurally. Instead of planning a thoughtful dinner reservation on a Friday night, say something like, hey, I'm free for about an hour Tuesday afternoon. You can join me for coffee or lunch if you want. Do you notice the difference? You're not closing the door. You're adjusting the size of that door. Now, let's talk about why this works psychologically. Hear me. If you're a subscriber to my channel, you should already know these things. You should know that access always creates perceived value. When access is scarce, value rises. When access is abundant and guaranteed, value will drop. If she's already demonstrated that she's not fully prioritizing you, continuing to give her prime positioning signals that you're afraid to lose her. Fear erodes attraction. Confidence adjusts accordingly. And here's the subtle brilliance of this move. You're not telling her that she messed up or announcing a boundary. You're simply behaving differently. High-value men don't argue standards, they live them. Before I wrap up this point, I'll address something important. Many men resist this move because they fear appearing less enthusiastic. They think if I downgrade effort, she'll probably think I'm losing interest. And that's exactly the point. She should feel that access to you adjusts based on behavior. That's how healthy boundaries function, right? Attraction increases when respect increases. Respect increases when standards are enforced quietly. The deeper principle is this. You do not give girlfriend-level treatment to someone giving you maybe energy. You don't give prime time slots to someone treating you like a backup option. Alignment matters. And let me be very clear. If after you downgrade access, she completely disappears, that's not a loss. It was clarity. Because a woman who's truly interested doesn't withdraw over losing a Friday night dinner slot. She leans in to secure her place again. It's not ego-driven behavior, it's self-valuation. You're not reacting emotionally, you're responding strategically. You're saying without saying, my time is structured, my attention is earned. Let's not kid ourselves. I do know that repeated cancellations can chip away at any guy's confidence. I get that. Hear me. Downgrading access will stabilize your frame. It reminds you that your life doesn't revolve around one woman's inconsistent availability. You're evaluating her as much as she's evaluating you. And here's the most powerful part of this move. It restores balance without confrontation. You don't need to lecture her about respect. You don't need to call out flaky behavior. You just simply adjust your investment to match hers. Investment should mirror effort. If she raises her effort, you raise yours. If she lowers hers, you lower yours. That symmetry creates healthy tension and mutual respect. Ask yourself, would a man with options repeatedly overextend himself for someone who keeps canceling? Or would he quietly redirect his premium energy towards a woman who shows up? Exactly. Jessica OS here. Thanks for watching.